Hey guys, Archie Luxury, the original, the OG, the creator. Hey guys, Panav here, Archie Luxury channel. We are talking watches. That's right, guys. Watches, fun, everything possibly. We've got Terry Boston joining us. Terry, are you working today or are you off today? Tell us what's
No,
happening
I
today.
took a PPTO day. I was just curious to test out my new laptop audio, see if you could hear me.
Yep, I can hear you well.
Yeah.
Tell us what's happening in the land of Terry Boston. What's going on? You're sending
Not
the pen
much.
back. You're keeping the pen. What's the go?
I had a bottle of wine. Yeah, I wrote
You
with
had a
it
bottle of
today.
wine. I thought we were going to cut back the drinking. What's going
Well,
on?
we are going to cut back the drinking, but
We're
I
going to
told
start
you,
tomorrow.
I was at,
Tomorrow never comes, my friend.
I don't know. I was at Aldi and they had Spanish wine there. So I bought a bottle, and but I wrote with the Conway today, and it's actually it writes beautifully, better than the Parker, you know, and it writes beautifully. I took the dog to the park, and she had to go to the bathroom, and she a couple of interesting. What's interesting about American parks is that what you see at American parks in America are not like the ones in England, and But I tell you what, though, it's like for some reason there is a lot of people here that like driving electric BMWs. Electric
I see.
BMWs. I see a lot of those on the road here. Electric BMWs. A lot more here than in Europe. Because at home, they still like driving the Oda 7 Series. They like driving the Oda 5 Series and the
Yes.
cabriolets. And so I had to put petrol in the car today. We're actually renting a car, and it's a Corolla. It's actually not bad. The American market Corolla is not bad, really. And anyways, there was a guy that pulled up in a 15-year-old SLK. So, anyways, but it's the V6 one. It's not the V8, which is fine because the better fuel mileage in the six-cylinder. Because petrol here in America is already hit like 403 a gallon or something. So, anyways, so it was solid jet black with chrome wheels, like the chrome wheels on the car. And I looked, somebody pulled up in
I think that's you, Marky. The echoes from you.
the 5 Series. Somebody pulled up in a 5 Series and yelled over at him. I didn't even notice the car till I actually got out. And somebody yelled over at him. They said, in the 5 Series, said, "Nice mech, man." He had the top down. He had the top down. And he said, "Nice cab, nice convertible." And he said, "Thanks." And he said he was a former attorney, a former attorney, and he said he was going into real estate here in Arkansas. So, anyways, and so the guy, he asked him what he did for a living, and he said, "Well, he said I am a commercialist banker." He
Okay.
said, "And I work for Coldwell Banker down the road there." So he said, "Oh, nice, nice." So, anyways, if I had to guess, this guy probably wasn't a day over two, maybe. However, I do remember selling that exact SLK, and that was actually one of the ones that was still made in Germany.
Terry, could you be more thorough? I feel like you're leaving out details.
Well, I'm trying to be thorough, you know. I'm sorry, Mark. I got me a new Lenovo Chromebook. I'm trying to check out the audio.
You sound good.
The audio. I make sure it works. So,
Yeah, you sound good.
I'm giving my old one to the boyfriend when he gets it. So
Oh, well, that's nice of you.
he needs a computer.
He's going to get your hand-me-downs. Plus, I'd like to just address the guys in the audience right now. The more Terry talks, the less Archie and I have to. So we think that's a good thing, right, Archie? You with us, Arch?
Exactly.
This is
Can I
Archie.
tell you a
Hold on,
funny
this is
story?
Archie.
Do you know something? Get this. Do
Yes.
you know
Yes.
they did a survey?
Who are they?
There was more deceased people that they found bodies in New Jersey and New York about 20 years ago.
Whoa,
They
Terry.
said some of these people, I guess they're murdered by the mafia or something.
Yeah, the
They
Jersey
said
Pine
they would
Barrens.
find Rolexes that belonged to these people and Tudors and Omegas,
No Tudors.
and they
No
would take
Tudors.
them off
Back.
the body.
No
The homeless would.
Well, no Tudors.
No tuners.
Yeah, I don't think the mob was big into tunas. I think remember Tony Soprano wore. This is up for discussion. You all remember what Tony
Oh,
wore?
and get this.
Terry,
This
can you hear me, Terry?
computer I have
Terry,
is a
can
convertible.
He can't hear me.
Convertible computer. It's
He don't want to
touch-
hear me.
Okay, Terry. Thank you. We'll just put you. Just
He doesn't listen. Archibald, do you remember the watch that Tony Soprano wore in the show, and then the one he
that was
wore
the
in
gold president, the 36 mil gold president.
Yes, precisely. Yeah, that was the one. And then, what did he wear in real
Remember,
life?
he gave the guy the paddock. Remember, there was a paddock in that show.
Oh, I don't.
Remember when the guy who got him into the HUD investment?
Oh, did he give him a paddock?
He goes, "Oh, is that a music box? No, it's a paddock."
Nice.
Tony, I can't take this. Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Would you take gifts from the mafia?
I got a story about the mafia. I mean, a real legitimate story about the mafia. The mafia and my mother.
Okay, tell us this story.
Well, first I'd like to look at Terry, who looks very comfy.
Can you see me?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, so it works.
It works beautifully. Why are you laying down?
Because I'm trying on my nose, but I want to show you something real quick.
Wait. Yeah, there, sit up, Terry. Let's have a proper look at you. And then I'll tell Archie, and then I will tell you the story of my mother and the mafia. Oh, nice ceiling fan.
Come on, guys, super chat if you want to hear the story of the dog trainer and mother and the mafia.
Yeah, it's a good one. It is. You're right. Archie doesn't like doing shit for free. It makes him cantankerous. It makes him disengage. It makes him give Terry all the airtime. Oh, yes, I remember when you bought that poster, Terry. So the man needs a super chat or two to stay in the game and
Loosen up.
So what do you think of it? I don't often post artwork, but what do you think?
Is that artwork, Terry? Is that really artwork, or is it a poster that you stapled into your
No,
wall?
this actually come to me pre-laminated, believe it or not.
Off of eBay, if I recall. Terry, they say gay people have wonderful artistic taste. Like, these paintings that my grandmother, that the guys mock, but my Nana painted them. They say gay people have good art taste, and you staple posters into your wall.
Well, I'm waiting on the cigar one, and my Ferrari F41 is still in a warehouse along with my Ferrari clock. So,
Yeah, what happened to the super chats, NATO? Who hoovered them up? I mean, come on, there's 67 guys in here. You know what it is, Archie? This is a holiday weekend here in America. It is Memorial Day, and it is today and tomorrow when people gather with family and friends and drink pitchers of beer in the garden with the Barbie. They throw another shrimp on the Barbie, so that may be why attendance is about half what it usually is. Maybe it'll pick up, but I suspect it's a weekend holiday
this is what I drank today.
thing. Oh yeah, how much have you had to drink today?
Oh, look at this.
I drank the whole bottle.
Yeah,
You
but
get
let's
this
see.
at Aldi.
Can you show us the label so we can see what it is? Specially selected
It's
Rioja.
Spanish wine.
Yeah, it's a Rioja.
It's very good.
Yeah, it would be. I used to live in Spain.
Cracklin' Rose! Cracklin', you know what the story about Cracklin' Rose is, don't you,
Cracklin'
Goldberg?
Rosie. That was what was his
Neil
name?
Diamond.
Yeah, I love that. Do you know the kitten hates that song and hates that artist? I don't know why.
You know what Cracklin' Rose is?
I don't.
It was actually a wine that was sold on an Indian reservation
Is that right?
where they had less women than men. So the men would buy bottles of Cracklin Rose. That was the name of the wine. Cracklin Rose.
Sorry. I swear it's the camera. I'm not that fat.
Well, you know, they say the camera adds 10 pounds. So I'm sure that's true. Anyway, where were we? Oh, Terry's drinking habits.
Oh, wait, Archie, can I show you something when I have you on the air? I want to show you the cigar thing. I want to show you this. Okay? I want to show you.
What do you
Someone
want to
gave me a couple of cool things. I want to show you something.
Terry sucks the air out of there.
Boucheron cologne, which smells wonderful. Everyone knows what Boucheron is, right? Boucheron.
It's a breed of dog, by the way. Boucheron.
It's very light.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I want to show you this really cool. Someone gave me this compass, and it says on it, "Life is a journey, not a destination."
Mm.
And it's really cool. It's a real compass. Look
Maybe,
at
maybe it'll help you find your way,
look
Terry.
at the packaging. It comes in. It's a velvet wood box. Like, how do you find that anymore, right?
So, Terry,
so it's obviously an antique.
How many bottles of wine have you had to drink today?
And here's the thing.
Terry, why can't you hear me when I'm talking?
It says that also on the compass.
Terry, I'm going to mute you until you learn to listen. I swear to God, I know he hears us. I
know he hears us.
He just pretends that he doesn't hear us. So, Terry, every time we ask you a question and you pretend like you don't hear us, I'm just going to make you stop talking. Now, Terry, can you hear me? Terry, can you hear me? All right, we'll just put him away for a little bit. We'll bring him back. Terry, don't leave.
Bring him back.
But you need to be spanked a little. You need to listen.
So the Mafia, I want to hear the Mafia story, please.
Well, we didn't even get a super chat for the Mafia story. We didn't even get a super chat.
Fucking hell.
Terry, do you want to hear the Mafia story?
Sure, I'm listening.
All right, good. Keep listening.
See, he can hear, see?
I gave him a little spank on the tush, and all of a sudden, he's listening. All right. So, well, first, let's do a little bit of a Sopranos quiz. What state in America was Tony, where did he live and work?
He lived in New York, state of New York. New Jersey.
New Jersey. All right, Terry's got it right.
But New Jersey is in the state of New York, isn't it?
They're two different states. New Jersey is a state, New York is a state, but New York City is a city.
Close.
So New York, New Jersey and New York, those states are separated by a river. And then in the state of New York, you have Manhattan or New York City.
I didn't realize. So New Jersey is not part of New York State.
No, they're two different states.
From what I understand, it is.
Now, these two Brits do not know what the fuck they're talking about.
Okay, please don't argue with Goldberg. He's an American. He's an English lit major. He knows this shit.
Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Look, Tony lived across the river from New York, not far. Tony lived, like maybe, less than an hour, like 40 minutes away from New York City, but in the state of New Jersey. Do you remember his primary business? He had many business interests, but do you remember his primary business occupation?
That was garbage. It was the garbage.
Yes, he used to
Barone. Wasn't it Barone?
Yeah,
Barone?
That I don't remember. But he used to say it's waste management. Remember, it's not a nursing home. It's a retirement community. It's not garbage. It's waste management. Okay, so he was in waste management in New Jersey, and the old neighborhood where he had Satriel's, the store where he used to go, and where half his garbage collection shit was the city of Newark, New Jersey. Okay, so by way of, that's a lot of explanation. My mom owned a building in the warehouse district in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, you're joking?
No, I am not joking. The only reason that she owned it was her second husband owned it, and they together operated his adhesives business. It's not a glue company, it's adhesives. Anyway.
Did they buy horses?
No, it was all chemicals by the time they were doing it. All right.
Okay.
Adhesives.
No. Okay, adhesives.
It was all done by chemicals. Anyway, so she had the glue company, the glue factory. And
was it quite valuable, the building?
It was. Now much more so because they've redeveloped that whole area. They put in hotels and shit. So if she still owned it, it would be good. But she sold it for a fuck ton of money. Because what happened was he died. And then she ran the business for a while, and then she got old and decided to retire. So she sold the business to one guy and the building to another guy. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's not the important point. The important point is Mom owns a warehouse, and she got 2 neighbors, one on either side of her.
Yes.
I don't know what that neighbor did, but this neighbor was waste management.
Oh, I see.
Are you with me?
You don't argue with them. You know that. You be nice.
Well, was the building on the other side of her was waste management.
Yes.
And what they did at that location, what that warehouse was that's where they parked the trucks when they weren't using them. The waste management trucks when they weren't using them, and they had their garage mechanics were there because those things need maintenance.
Yes.
But those buildings and the buildings were like 7,000 square feet, and the lots were I forget what, but they were like half an acre. Mm-hmm. And the mob, the waste management people, apparently needed to expand. So the guy comes over to my mom's place, just walks next door, and he talks to the secretary and says, I'm from next door, and I'd like to meet with the owner. So next thing you know, Mom's sitting down with the mobster, and she knows who, she knew. So he says, listen, we have a small problem. We're outgrowing ourselves. We can't really manage anymore. We're going to need to buy your building. And we'll make you a generous offer. We'll make you a generous offer.
One you can't refuse.
He did not use those words, but he did say, we're going to make you a generous offer. And we're going to pay you above market for you. Anyway, she said, look, here's the problem. She goes, before we go any further, she goes, I just want to say, with respect, Don Corleone, I know who you are. I understand everything. Not a problem. You are great neighbors to have. However, I have a license for chemicals in this building. She said, and I'm grandfathered in to have chemicals in this building. If I have to move this company, I will have to go through the process of pulling the chemical license again. She goes, I will never get it because New Jersey's not giving any. She said, so the problem is if you buy me, I'm completely out of business. And she said, quite frankly, I'm a widow and a mother of 2. And this is all I've got. And here's what she goes, but I'm nervous telling you no. And he said, and I'm not going to use her name, but Mrs. So-and-so, say no more. We are not in the business of harming widows and children. We're just in the waste management business. I see your problem. I comprehend. I understand. I'm going to buy the guy on the other side of me. And she says, well, that guy's been there before even I got here. She says, don't worry about it. Well, don't worry. We're going to leave you in your building. You've been a good neighbor. We're going to keep the relationship happy and simple. So apparently then they go, he has a similar conversation with the guy on the other side of him who says, I don't know what, but apparently, Don Corleone didn't like it that much. There was no agreement. They could not make an agreement. They offered him above market. They understood, like it's hard to move. We're going to pay you 20% more. He wouldn't take it. 3 months later, that building burned to the ground. Okay, and it takes a hot heat to like burn bricks, but that place exploded from within and then burned, and the Mafia proceeded to buy it for like 25 cents on the dollar. So they have a code of honor. They didn't want to fuck with the widow, but the guy on the other side who refused to sell, and they offered him, like call it $1 million, and then he wouldn't sell it, so they bought it for $200,000. That's how that works. So kind of good guys, these guys. All right, Terry. Well, you look very dapper. You look a little bit like you look like the Italian mafia guy, the olive oil business.
I sold. And I was actually trying to go for Dr. Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, the Welshman.
It was Goldberg all along. It was Barzini. Was it Barzini? No, it was, wait. Fuck, Abe Vigoda.
He used to do ads about, 8 years ago for Brioni?
Didn't he?
He did.
Who's that? Who did that?
Anthony Hopkins, the Welshman, Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, by the way, I just got rid of Marcelo for you.
Oh, thank you. What was he doing?
He was just being a
something?
Being a twat in the chat.
He was on Craig Ferguson a couple of years back. You know what Craig Ferguson told him? He said,
Wait, who we talking
one thing
about?
I know,
Who we talking about?
never
Terry? Who we
outdrank a
talking about,
Welshman.
Terry? Who we talking about? He's not answering me, so I'm going to put him. I'm spanking him again.
Thank
Super
you.
chat.
Super chat, Jay Fearful, €2,
Gotta let him
50.
in there.
Terry, your top 3 Grand Seiko models out now, please.
There you go.
I'm not that familiar with Grand Seiko. There was one Archie had about 7
Yeah,
years
that would
ago,
explain everything,
Snowflake
wouldn't it?
Doll, the Power Reserve one.
Terry, is there any chance that you're neurodivergent?
No,
All right, just checking.
I like that IWC though. Archie had the steel one.
All right. Well,
I got to tell you, I quite like this Grand Seiko. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, I have
Look
a
at that. Isn't that
question
is so
for you.
fucking beautiful? I would love to sport that.
I bet you can get that cheaper even.
Would you buy
Or is that
that?
Australian? Is that Australian? Money?
So
No, I
is
think
that
that's
real
US,
alligator
actually.
or
That's
is
US.
that?
See, I think they have a newer GMT, which is a little sportier. So, and that one's a bit dressier. So, I bet you can get that one. I bet you can find that one even a bit cheaper.
What do you reckon?
Is that real alligator or imitation?
I think it is alligator,
If it's
but it
an
doesn't matter.
original.
We're talking about the watch. I mean, that's like saying,
Well, I
are
know-
they
I know
Pirelli or
that, but-
Bridgestone tires? It doesn't
I know
really.
that because I can get a strap for like $250 from De Beer, and it's real. They're made in Paris. I know that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
How are
Hello?
Michelin tires, by the way? They put Michelin's on my
Oh,
car.
Michelin's are a great tire.
Yeah, that's
They're
what
a
they put.
fantastic. Michelin's are a good tire. They're expensive. Michelin is expensive.
It's a stock tire on my GV70. That's what they put on there. When I got the Ford Exploder, it was so shitty in the snow that, and just on whatever stock crap they gave me, that these were like new tires, but I had to replace them immediately.
so I'm going to show you what I wrote today.
You know, one day retro, I think I'm there with you on this one.
This is my signature. I wrote with the Conway. This is my signature to show you how smooth.
That shit
the
looks
Conway
like
runs.
Fuck,
Abraham
that
Lincoln.
looks
Or
amazing. That looks
looks
amazing.
very old timey.
Yeah. And what I wrote in a note to myself.
Could you please
and
show
I
us your
wrote
social
in a
security
note to
number in
myself
script?
With the Conway earlier.
Very nice.
Note.
Yeah, nice. Brandon. Why is your signature Brandon instead of Terry?
It's not Brandon. It's Donald.
Show it back up. Let's have another look. Come on now. Let's see. You know, I have my suspicions about you, Terry. I'm starting to believe that MI5 might, in fact, be interested in you. I feel like you're operating under multiple aliases.
Okay. This is the Parker Duophone.
Can you pull your driver's license
Yeah.
out and show it to the camera, please?
I'm not showing my driver's license.
Well, you can cover up your address. We just want to see your name. So put your thumb over the address. We just want to see, put your thumb over everything, just the name. We just want to see the name.
So there's the example with the rollerball in blue. That's the example with the rollerball. Now, I'll show you.
I didn't get to see that. Could you show me again? I didn't get to really see it.
Blue. The
The
rollerball.
fuck?
The
It says,
Parker.
I
Okay.
see.
I'll
Could
show
you just do that right now? Because it says Terry Boston.
So let me go get the Conway and I'll show you the difference.
Archie, what do you think's going on here, man?
Man, I think it's a bit of insanity. What do you think?
I would like to know the identity of who we're talking to. I have
The
questions.
Conway.
I have questions.
This is Rolls Royce package.
Terry, do you have
We got
anything
we
with
got a second super chat's just come in here.
Super
Dimmer 69, $2. Arch, pushing up daisies day is almost upon us.
What does that mean? Death Day? We say pushing up daisies when that means dead, buried.
Dying. I think the stream is dying.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
bottle of ink it came with.
Terry, do you
You
have
think
like a piece of mail, that you've got, laying around where you could just hold up
I'm
the piece of?
using a different name while I'm here.
You're using a different name, what?
While I'm here in America.
Well, which is your new name?
Brandon.
Oh, Brandon is your. I see. Brandon is your alias.
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
Now, look at this nib.
And Terry is your real
This
name.
is gold. This is white gold.
What? How many carats? How many carats?
Yes.
I guess is not an appropriate answer to that question. All right, guys. Well,
Now, here's
listen.
the difference.
Super chat if you would like to know Terry Boston's real name. Super chat, Archie. Super chat.
Super chat! Super chat! There we go. Black Cat.
Yes.
$2. The Terry Boston experience. Thank you.
That is what you guys are enjoying as we speak.
Rollable fountain pen.
Archie, you want to see if I can get Tan on the line? Talk it out like live on stream.
No, that ship has sailed.
All right, just asking. It's
Oh,
it's
I
hard,
can show you my
fuckers. It's
new
hard.
winter coat. I need to show you my new coat.
Okay.
Let me show you my new coat.
What do you think,
I'm
Archie?
really sure I like that comment from Suckerhorn. I don't see
Wait,
what
wait,
sexuality should ever be. There are enough weirdos who are heterosexual.
Oh yeah, remember? Well, I don't want to name names, but yeah, there are plenty. I mean, Suckerhorn, look at you. You've had many a woman.
Let's look at Simon Crane, for example.
Yeah, exactly. He's happily married, and so is Suckerhorn. I mean, somebody married the Crypt Keeper. And so, yeah, don't put this on my tribe. Like there's me and Terry. These are two ends of the neurological spectrum here. That's all. Anyway, how are you, Jono? Let's see. What do we want to do here, Arch? We should come up with an idea for this show.
I got to tell you something there. The Seiko we were looking at was pretty good. So Mafia stories. Jesus Christ.
It's the only one I have.
What did you...
Oh, no, I got another one. Okay, so I'm going to change all the names. But these are very, very ethnic names, very mafiosa names. I move into a building. I rent a building when I had a publishing company. And I rent the building.
Oh, you own the publishing company?
Yeah. Well, with partners, but yes, I was one of the owners. It was a small group of guys, and including myself. And anyway, so we rented a building, and I had what's called a triple net lease, which means I paid the taxes, I paid the rent, I paid the maintenance. But there's a difference between, like keeping the place in operating order and having to like redo the roof, right? Because like that's the landlord's responsibility. So the air conditioner broke to the point where I'd been there for a couple of years, always paid my rent on time, never fuck with these people. And but the air conditioning unit, which was this massive unit on the roof, broke to the point where the technician said, this thing is 30 years old. You need a new one. We cannot repair this. So I go to see the landlord, and I said, sorry, sir, but and at the time I'm like 24 years old. I'm quite young, and he goes, what's the matter? And he talked just like that. What's up? What's up with you? And I said, well, the air conditioner broke. He goes, well, then fix it. I said, well, I said, normally I do maintain it. What? The technician said this thing is shot and needs a whole new unit. You know why? Because you wore it out. You wore out my air conditioner. That was his line. So you got to do it. I'm not doing it. Those things are expensive and you wore out my air conditioner. I'm like, oh my God. Wow. Now, meantime, I got to tell you something. I had hired a black lady at my company. She didn't stay that long. The commute got the better of her. But she was really, really very, very, very sharp at her job. But she just didn't stay all that long. But during the time that she was with me, I get summoned to the old man's office. This was before, actually, the air conditioner, before I wore out his air conditioner.
What do you think of the coat?
And he calls me and he says, thank you. He calls me and he says, you hired one of them. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, you know what I mean. You hired a, and then he used a phrase. He did not use the N word. He used the C word. But, you know, it clashed to my ear. I didn't like it. And I said, I just hired a competent person for the job. He goes, could be a problem. And I'm like, well, why is it a problem? He goes, because you hire one, and now maybe somebody in the rest of this complex hires one, and before you know it, there's a bunch of them. And I said, you know,
this is ridiculous.
I swear to God, right? But here was the fucked up thing. His maintenance man was also African American, was a black guy. I think, what was his name? Like Rosie or something like that. I think it was actually Rosie was his nickname. And I said, well, you got Rosie. He goes, that's different. And I go, how's it different? Because he said, here's how it's different. Mine works outside. Yours works in the office. And I'm like, well, how is that a problem? He goes, you know, there's only 2 of them in the whole place. He goes, and now they're having lunch together. That's what he told me. I go, how do you know they're having lunch together? He goes, I keep an eye on mine. You should keep an eye on yours. Don't hire anymore. It's like, oh my God. So when the air conditioner thing came, I didn't even have to worry about it because this lady, like 3 weeks later, hopefully he didn't say anything to her because they were that kind of people. Maybe she got scared off. I don't know. But anyway, she stopped
Maybe
coming.
she did.
It is possible. You know, it's possible that somebody said something to her. Anyway, then, you know, I wear out his air conditioner and I'm like, okay, I got to fucking move because I'm not putting a $20,000 air conditioner in his building. And then, because when I do that, if I do that, I know what's going to happen. He's going to go, you know, I've been thinking about this and I got to double your rent because he's going to know that I just spent all that money. I'm not going to leave. So I'm like, I'm not putting 20 grand in the air conditioning. So I found a building for sale, you know, just like a block away. And I called my guys, you know, I called my capo, my captain, I called my soldiers. I said, we got a problem, guys. We're being held up by these knuckle draggers, you know, these guys, them guys, those guys. We got to pony up some money and buy the building. So that's what we did. And that guy had a son. He was the old man and the young son, younger, you know, the old guy was like,
were they upset when you left?
No, but they were just going to rent it out to somebody else. So they were used to that. They didn't,
Did you what did you do with the air conditioner? Did you cobble it
no,
together?
I didn't fix it. I just got the fuck out. You know, we sweated until we just got the fuck out of there. And then, but he and the son, they owned a strip club. And they owned a strip club. And here in Illinois, you either can do full nudity and you don't have a liquor license. I mean, this is the way it was then. Or you can do partial nudity, like just not full nudity, and then you can have a liquor license. So they wanted a liquor license, so that's what they did. But you know, later one of them went to jail. The old guy went to jail for tax evasion because you know it was like the bada bing. You know, that kind of company deals with a lot of cash, and so they can take cash out the back door, clean it up, use it for whatever, and you know it doesn't really hit the books anywhere. So there's a lot of tax evasion and money laundering.
Oh, it's so tempting for those people who have made money through ill-gotten gains to say, well, what am I going to give it to the government? Fuck them.
They were making ill-gotten booty on booty. So meantime, the younger guy, he was like 30, 40 by this time. He lived, maybe he still does, I don't know, in the same town where I do now. And except for he was in the ritzy part of town with like the McMansions, you know, the mini mansions, right? And he had a little girl. This is not a nice story. What happened to that little girl was not good. The little girl was playing over at a neighbor's house, and they had a German Shepherd who bit her in the face. So this kid needed stitches and a little bit of plastics, you know, to put her back together, and she was okay. But the guy now I'm dealing with but the son of the guy. He goes to see the neighbors and he says, I want that dog dead. And they were like, well, it's our dog. We're really sorry what happened to your daughter, you know, but, you know, we're going to kill our dog. 3 weeks later, they chained that dog up in their driveway and the dog was shot to death. He was hit with like a full magazine of 9mm bullets, some of which missed the dog and went into the house. No arrests were ever made. No perpetrator was ever caught. but the dog was fucking executed Mafia style. What do you think about that, Mike?
Wow.
What do you think about that?
It was
Hello,
terrible.
Michael.
I must admit, if the dog did bite a human, they
You
should've-
know,
that's not acceptable behavior on the
I
dog.
don't disagree. You know, especially a kid in the face. You know, but there are laws about such things, and the law in this town says the dog.
Fuck the law. The law is an ass, Mark.
That's
why the mafia exists in the first place.
That is why. That is right, and that is why that dog was executed. A hit was put out on that dog, and my guy had a full alibi, so he didn't do it himself.
Of course not.
He had it done.
He had a neighbor do it or something.
Right.
When I was 10 months old,
Ooh, you were a baby shitting in your pants.
a dog who had one of its eyes blinded by a kid with a stick.
Ooh.
And here I am, a little diapered 10-month-old, was walking around with a pencil or a stick or something. And anyways, I don't remember it, but as the story was told to me, the dog was running around the yard with my head in its mouth.
Ooh, that explains so much.
Well, I got some scars, little scars on my face, and I had 30-something stitches on my arm. Almost took my arm off, and it was a major mauling at a young age.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's terrible.
But they didn't do anything to the dog that I know of. It wasn't the dog's fault. It had already been, poked and
Super
injured.
chat, Chief Tit, $8. Just build a client. This is the Pontiff's commission. Don't worry, this super chat was a disbursement on the file. Just joking.
Yes. So I feel like your commission is like on one 15-minute increment based on the amount you're getting. About.
By the way, I just did an AI search. No, New Jersey is its own district, U.S. state, and is not part of New York. While they are two separate states, they share a heavily integrated border and are economically and culturally intertwined.
Terry, could you show that again, please? Just hold that back up. Guys, if any of you would like to do this for Terry, please contact the Pontiff, and we'll hook you up with Terry. Terry, this is not Tinder or Grindr right here. You're not supposed to look for boyfriends on the air.
No, here's the thing. I'll tell you why. Because Archie,
tell us right after this super
the
chat.
King of the show.
Super chat.
He says,
Super chat, Black Cat, $5. Hiring people like Terry and the blacks ruin the neighborhood, but actually they are all great people.
I could not disagree less. I had no problem. I hired the most competent person I could. I was so sorry she left because she was so good, and it was very hard to replace her. And she's having lunch with mine. That's what she said. I was like, oh my, or that's what he said. Unbelievable.
I like the so he went to jail later on.
No, no arrests were ever made in the execution of the dog.
I mean for tax evasion.
The old man. Listen, the old man went to jail, not for very long, but he did maybe 8-9 months on tax evasion, and then there's still a street. You know what? Not too far away from where those buildings still are. I don't know if they still own them. But not too far from where those buildings still are is a small side street that got it's their name. That name, it's like, I don't want to say the name, but it's blah 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 Drive. Like it's not DeMarco, but say it was DeMarco. It was something like that. DeMarco Drive. There's literally a street there named after them, and I'm sure that's because they just gave they probably gave the city just a little bit of land to make that street. Only if you name it after us.
Wow, that's an incredible story.
Mm.
My God. It's, I don't know what to say. That's an amazing
I can't
story.
explain why I said that. Because I'll
Why
tell
you
you
said
what.
what?
I
What did you
used to work with 3 young 20-year-olds who used to say that all the time. They were males. Hang on. So it popped in my head. Okay, I can explain.
Oh, the fuck me thing.
Archie
Yes.
always says, fuck me dead.
Fuck me.
So I came up with my own inclusion, fuck me sideways.
Oh, I see. Well, so far we have not received any offers, Terry. But you're not a bottom anyway. So
No, I'm not. You're correct about that.
yes, I know. And where there's no twinks in the audience, it's not our demographic, or I would have already known. I would have already known about it.
I actually, well, no. Well, yeah, there was. What happened to the one dude that had the 458? But what the hell happened to him?
The full what?
456 or whatever. Well, yeah, no, the 456. What happened to him? About a year ago. So yeah, what happened? You
What's
remember?
I forget his name. The young guy who went to another country to buy a Ferrari with no engine, and he was gonna
That
put
was
a Honda.
Drew Peacock. Drew Peacock.
Yeah, he was redoing a 456 to get it in working order. Yeah,
Drew's a very very cool dude. He had a kid and stuff. I think he grew up. I think he
it's so sad when Peter Pan grows up.
I know. It sucks, man.
Well, you know, I mean, actually, the 456 was one of Ferrari's best cars.
You've heard of MILFs, but have you ever heard of DILFs?
No, actually, this is a vintage rotorboard from 1988. So basically, what a corporate accountant or an attorney or a judge would have used back then. But what's unique about it, this isn't real goat, but what's unique about it is that on this one versus the modern versions from about 11 years ago, is how they imprinted duophone on the cap. If you bought one of the newer ones made after 2007 or whatever, then if you got a rotorball or a fountain pen, it had on there the ace of spades, the sort of thing. Which he had a duophone fountain pen, because it was showing the Monte Grappa then. Yeah. Whatever happened to your Monte Grappa fountain pen?
I bought another one. I have a Monte Grappa.
Okay, but what about the one that came in the wood box? You know,
That's the one I've got. I've got that. I bought that one back. I bought a similar, same model, not the exact same pen as
I don't want a Monte Grappa. I just want Grappa because Grappa is a highly alcoholic beverage. It's a beverage.
Oh yeah,
well, I know that. I know that.
Boy.
Question:
Let's take a quick, guys. If you'd like to know what Terry looks like in the act, you know what? Now you know. Somebody please clip that for me. Thank you.
Why do you hate Conway? Sean Connery had one.
Speaking of Grappa,
Super chat.
You're living here in wine country. Oh, you want to read the super chat first?
Well, I want Archie to, and then we'll get right on.
Here we go. Mike Hammer, $5. My guy works outside. That guy thought he was the owner of a plantation.
Yeah, yes, he did. Yes, 100%. I mean, listen, I don't remember what year this was, but let me tell you what year it wasn't. Like, it wasn't 1950s. It wasn't 1960s or 70s or even 80s. It would have been somewhere in the 90s. And, oh my God, like...
Marky, do you wish you could go back to the 90s? The 90s feels like 5 years ago. I don't know about you.
I will talk to you all about the 90s right after we hear Mike's story that we interrupted.
Living here in wine country, I have had friends that worked at wineries, and one of the things that happens, like if your grapes are too sweet, they will make wine that has too much alcohol in it.
Right.
And so they run it through a centrifuge and they knock some of the alcohol out of the wine to bring it down to like 12%. And what they end up with is 200 proof absolute ethanol, clear like water, and you'd sell a mason jar of it for $20. And I bought a bottle of it and I took it to a party, and I was gonna be the devil, and I was gonna.
That shit's hallucinogenic.
I was gonna, share it with everybody, and nobody wanted to try it, and I was like, look, it won't hurt you, and I took too many sips of it myself.
That fuck you up.
And it was one of the only times in my life that I've gotten like fall over, can't walk, drunk. Because I don't get drunk that way, or didn't get drunk that way.
What you're talking about is like super duper potente, and I have a buddy who's whose dad used to make it in Romania. So when he got home to Romania, he brought back this one time just a water bottle. It just looked like water. He goes, be very careful with this shit.
Yeah.
I called it Romanian joy juice, and you had to mix it with. You couldn't drink it straight.
No, you put this much
In like orange juice
in a
punch.
pint glass
Yeah.
and fill it up with lemonade
Juice.
and then throw that in the fire and it'd go.
I got very, very, very messed up on that stuff.
It was serious jet fuel was what it was, man.
100%. True.
And I didn't know what I was in for. And, the poor girl that I was with that night, I puked all over her car.
I hallucinated a little bit, but I was close to home.
She got pulled over, and here I'm like hanging out the window, and she's like, "Is he okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, he just got too much, a little too fucked up." And I'm like, "Blah," like all over.
Don't do that in a Newburgh. It's very expensive, apparently. Do you know that Gin Tingler, the Vintenier, yacked in my Lincoln like the first month I had it?
Really?
Oh yeah, because and not only that, it was a really bad combination of shit that he yacked in there. It was a combination of the fish that he had for dinner that night.
Oh God, seafood
and
is the worst.
And listen to me, it gets worse. And red wine. Okay, so a mixture. Now, why he ordered red wine with fish? I mean, you would think it's white wine, but no, it was red wine and fish. And let me tell you, I actually had to do a lot of internet research to figure out how to get the stench. Because like I managed to clean it up when I got home, but like the smell, like a week later, it was still super nasty. And what it said was just liberally pour vinegar all over anything that got splashed, and it'll neutralize
Rum
it.
barrel aged.
You know what the worst is oysters.
I had. Okay.
You throw up oysters, man.
Well, it looks the same as it did going down oysters, but if you get a bad oyster, you could fucking die. But
you get red. You get in my area. There's this thing called red tide. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, for sure. It's an algae.
Yeah, there's certain times of the year that you can't eat shellfish around here, and sometimes there's blooms that happen, and they put out a warning, and it's deadly. You eat shellfish that have red tide in them, and you die.
Yeah.
You die.
That'll happen. You get botulism also. Well, anyway, so I trained a dog for a dude in Florida, but the Richie, literally, I could see Trump's, what's it called? Mar-a-Lago. I could see Mar-a-Lago from this guy's house. And then he took me out to dinner one night, and as soon as we walked in the restaurant, the owner was all over him, like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Name. So nice to see you again," because apparently he was in there a lot. And my client said, "Let's have oysters." And the owner of the restaurant said, "Very good, sir. How many oysters would you like?" And my client said, "All of them."
That's good. That's better than what was in the bottle.
He said all of them. And so out came a whole lot of oysters. Oh, my God. Archie, what were you doing in the 90s? Tell us all about you in the 90s.
Oh, the 90s. The 90s. You know what? I got to tell you, the 90s was I feel like the 90s is like 5 years ago. I do not feel.
Was it 30 years ago?
I had 2 kids in the 90s. I got married, bought a house, first house.
You were very good looking.
Yeah. It's funny how age changes that much.
You were a DILF, I must say.
I got to tell you, fuck me dead. If I could go, the 90s, 90, I remember 93, I had my computer business. 94, I bought my house. 96, I bought a little office. But 97, I went to Ukraine.
What though? That's where tell us about that. Is that where you met?
No, I was already married before then. I had 2 children. We went there for a holiday. Right. Then 98, 99, the business started to go boom. And I was doing contracting by 2000. That's right. So that's kind of 10 years.
Okay,
they were a lot of fun.
If you knew now what if you knew then what you know now, right? So,
yes,
looking back, what
sir.
would you have changed about your life and lifestyle in the 90s?
I never realized real estate would become so valuable in Australia.
Well, yeah. And who knew?
That my first house I bought in '94 for 130 is now worth $1.2 million.
So it literally went up 10x.
I spent most of '94 in jail.
That was a good story, Mike. You'll have to tell that. Tell us your jail story, because I've heard it, but I don't know if it's the same.
I'll be honest with you. I think I would have paid off my debt sooner and bought more real estate. That's really what I would have done. It's just incredible. Real estate.
I mean, look, if I'd have known, I would have bought AOL and then sold it at the right time. I mean, all the financial stuff.
Apple.
I worked at Amazon. I worked at Amazon when I lived in
eBay.
What'd you do at Amazon, Mikey?
It was early on when it was just books, and all I did was correlate. I was just they'd come in on these racks, and you'd scan them and put them in a shelf, and then somebody else would come along and compile the orders, And I worked there, and it was known that it was a hot ticket. I called everybody in my family, even though I was kind of exiled, and I said, hot tip, buy Amazon stock. And nobody listened to me. And this is back when it was, pennies.
Yeah.
And
you should have stayed. They might have given you stock options.
Oh, they did. No, they did. I could have taken part of my pay in form of stock, but at that time I was completely fucked up, And I was just trying to hold down a job, and I didn't even do that.
All right, listen, guys. If we all knew then what we know now, we would know which horses to bet on. We would know what lottery numbers to play. So let's take the financial stuff out of it and go with the more personal, emotional, personal growth stuff. Like, I'll tell you what, for me, I'm pretty laid back now, but I was very fucking competitive. I was really very competitive to make my bones, make my name. That's why I bought that first Rolex as soon as I had a little bit of money, kind of flash my success to myself. I think what I would tell my younger self to just, relax. You don't need to. Life is not a zero-sum game where someone else needs to lose in order for me to win. And I think I used to feel that way.
I would have told my old self, just don't try heroin.
Yeah, don't break the law. Yeah, that's a good one, Mike. That is a good one.
That's it. I mean, that's really my only regret, because that's what led to basically the only things I regret in life. The rest of it, I wouldn't change one iota.
Don't try heroin. Say that again, Mike. Don't try heroin.
Don't do drugs. Don't do heroin, especially.
Mike, what makes a guy wake up one day and go, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to see what a little heroin feels like? Like, how do you get to that spot?
I had a general interest in drugs because I grew up way out in the country. And then when I met my girlfriend, she was from in town, and she was punk rock, and the group of friends that I started to now newly hang out with, it was just part of it. And
do you see any of these friends now, Mike?
No, not at all. In fact,
that's how important.
I had to excommunicate myself from anybody and everybody that I knew for years and longer. To, not relapse, and it's the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. But
Mike, I have a question. I mean, I can see where someone might go, gee, I wonder what LSD would do. I'll see colors and shit, So I get that, but heroin, what is the pull to that?
It was something I hadn't tried yet.
I see. It was the last one on the list.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I get it.
No, I'm on. Oh, sorry.
What are you on? Tell us you're not on anything.
No, I just let my roommate.
Mike, you're on insulin. What? You've gone from heroin to insulin. It's quite a journey.
I'm off the insulin.
Oh, that's right. You're on the Wegovy or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, Ozempic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I'll be back in one moment, guys. Be back
Alright.
in one moment.
Hurry back. There's only so much Mike and I can do here. We're gonna have to throw it open to Terry soon, Mike, when we run out of stuff to say.
Well, people say like I wouldn't change a thing about anything in my past, and I have to say that because everything that happened, every little thing that happened, led to me being right here now.
Why?
As minute as it was,
Yeah.
whether if I didn't eat eggs for breakfast that one morning, I mean, it gets down to that small. Um, so I'm happy now. I long for a life partner, but other than that,
Yeah, there's Terry. Terry just made the international sign of what about me?
But other than
See?
that, I am a really happy dude right now.
Yeah.
My health is okay. Um, I I have it very much under control. Like all my numbers are excellent. I've just happened to have had a genetic bad heart valve that I had fixed, and
Can I talk?
Not
diabetes.
yet.
Sure, Terry, go ahead, man. I'm
No,
done.
no, not
I'm
till you're done your fucking story. He's got to learn. As soon as you're done, Mikey, finish your story.
No, my story is finished. The
There we
end.
go. All right, Terry, your turn.
You're up,
You got
Terry.
you got to unmute yourself, Terrence. All right, what do you got to
I
say there, Terry?
know what you're thinking.
What are we thinking?
It's not true.
What are we thinking?
You're thinking that I'm an uncontrollable being with a problem. I'm not.
Wait, say I didn't understand you. Say it again.
You're thinking I'm an uncontrollable being with a problem. I'm not.
An uncontrollable being?
I do not have a problem.
Well, you're drunk right now.
I'm not drunk.
How much wine have you had today?
A bottle and a half. Yeah.
Okay, so, and what are we eating? Yeah, don't choke. That'd be really bad. We don't have your address the same
Green
night.
beans, potatoes, onions, and kielbasa.
Okay, could you make sure you don't put anything that large in your mouth again unless it's attached to a man? Because that worried me a little. If it's attached to a man, you'll be all right because it can't go all the way down.
It's a potato.
Yes, I know, but you could die.
Potato.
I know, but it could get stuck in your throat. Let me tell you how I know. Mike, there was this one time in Anaheim at Disneyland, not Disney World, but California, it was Disneyland. And I was there with my New Zealand friends who were fascinated by American junk food. They had never seen the like of, especially back then, chicken wings, onion rings, like cheese
McDonald's,
curds.
Yeah, French fries.
Well, McDonald's they had all over, New Zealand.
Oh,
They
okay.
still do. In fact, they call it the American Embassy,
That's funny.
But I just mean more like, like more typical American junk food. And Ken, stick with us. We'll let you on in a minute. So, but I'm talking about like things like chicken wings, fried cheese, cheese sticks, that kind of shit, Hot Pockets. And so there we were, and they were eating everything that they could find that was like American at Disneyland. So we all had gotten these frozen bananas on a stick, dipped in chocolate, rolled in nuts. You with me?
Yeah. I remember that dessert.
Yeah. Frozen banana, dipped in chocolate, rolled in nuts on a stick. So my friend, this girl, Tanya, she was complaining that she just never got a second date. And I'm like, well, you better show me your technique. So she takes hers and she goes, and I'm like, oh my God, that's like not what you do. Like, really, that is not what you do.
Story.
Anyway, so here's what happened. I was like, well, let me show you how you should really do this. And then I went, alone. And she goes, oh my God. And then I should have stopped right there, okay? But I was like, let me show you again. Because I had kind of a small banana. My banana was small and it had the perfect curve, right? So, so I do it again and I lose the stick. Are you with me? The stick is somewhere.
You got a
about in
banana.
there.
You got a banana in your esophagus.
I am being throat fucked by a banana at this point. And I just managed to get my fingers on the end of the stick. but it's chocolatey, it's saliva-y, it's melting, and the fucker is slippery. So my fingers slip up. Now I'm fine because it hasn't been very long. But in my head, I'm thinking, I got like, what, 30 seconds, before I panic. And when I panic, I'm going to breathe in.
So
and when I breathe in.
You lost a piece of wood in your throat.
Well, the whole fucking thing.
You weren't choking on it.
I wasn't choking.
Oh, okay.
But if I couldn't remove it, I was gonna.
Well, you'd probably have to go to the doctor and have.
No. You die on the spot because the brain cannot be without oxygen for more than 2 minutes, and then you have irreversible brain damage and death.
Well, I mean,
this whole thing was in my throat, and the stick was so far back in my gullet that when I reached in, I could just reach the last quarter inch of the fucking thing. So I realized I got one more shot at this because if it goes any further in, I'm going to die. And imagine the goddamn headlines. Gay man dies in Disneyland filleting a frozen banana on a stick dipped in chocolate, rolled in nuts.
So what happened? What did you do then?
I reached in there and I had just a little bit of a thumbnail, and I just got my thumbnail into the end of the stick and pulled it right out. Nobody knew that it was a close thing. It just looked impressive. Well, to the girls. But I was like, I got a case of the vapors. It was very scary.
We got Ken here. How are you, Ken?
Hello, Archie. How are you doing? Mark.
Can I tell you a story, a similar story, just very quickly? Sorry to.
Yeah. What did you shove down your throat?
No, I actually saved my brother's life many, many years ago when he was a baby. He was sucking on a teat. Like this is when he was just a little baby. He was, and it got stuck. It got caught in his throat.
Oh my God!
And I'm actually 4 years older than my brother, so I would have been 4 or 5. And they couldn't take it out. I put my fingers were small then, being 4 or 5.
Yeah, they
pulled it out.
Yeah.
And so I saved my brother's. I saved him twice in my life.
Twice?
Another time, this was a couple years later, he wandered off near the swimming pool and he went into the water.
You're George Bailey. You're George Bailey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
now, Archie, let me ask you.
Very happy I did that.
Well, are you really? Because as your father reaches his twilight years, and we start talking about the inheritance would have been divided much differently if you just let things be.
No, I got to tell you, I don't care all the money in the world my brother is worth.
Right.
I'd even forgo my inheritance totally to have him. He's such
Could somebody please
guy.
clip that out of the live stream and send it to Brother Pluta for later?
Let's not even go there, Marky. Marky, look at that dog behind us there. What do you think of the bulldog? They're a bitch. They get health problems. Tell him, warn the man, Marky. Warn the man.
Well, first of all, that's a Boston Terrier. It's not a
Those
bulldog.
are the greatest little dogs.
It's not a bulldog.
He's a mix.
It looks kind of like a Boston, anyway.
He's got a bit of terrier in him, and then something else. Yeah.
Well, what were you going to say there, Mr. Ken?
I was just going to say hello. It's been a long time.
Hello.
I was a bit impacted by the Aussie expat thing.
What thing?
You
We
know?
don't. We have a short memory here.
It was a long time ago.
Short memory.
It's fine. You have a short memory. That's better.
Yeah, where the hell is Aussie expat?
I don't even think I was around.
He's on holidays. He's on
I don't know
holiday
what
for a
you're
month. He's
talking
on the
about.
van trip.
I see. Well,
Yeah, I never heard of the right-wing phrase virtue casting or something like that, and he accused me of that because
I see.
I worked at a hospital during COVID. So anyway, it took me some time.
That's a little bit of heroic shit right there, I think.
Oh, there's a cutie. Look at that beagle.
Yeah.
I used to have a beagle.
Terry's got a fat little beagle.
Oh, chubby beagle.
They really want to be
Ruled by
fat.
its nose.
that kind of
Ruled
dog.
by its nose.
Yes, indeed. Actually, my secret to training beagles is I teach them, I know where the rabbits pee. So you got to listen to me, and if you listen to me, I'll take you there. So that's how I capture the heart of a beagle. I don't make them stop sniffing. I just teach them where the good shit is.
We had a beagle. He was great. He was
You
the best,
know what?
He was the best worst dog.
I believe that this dog is Terry's spirit animal for obvious reasons.
Best worst dog. I mean, they're ruled by their nose too much. That's all. And then they're young. They just want to run away, and then they just find your scent and come back.
Yeah, they're highly trainable. I don't know. I've had a great time training every beagle I ever trained, and mostly because people think they're untrainable. So you do anything with a beagle, people think you're a genius.
Oh,
So-
I see.
from a watch perspective, just I did this month-long trip that involved London and Edinburgh, and I went to Time and Tide, which was fun. And I went to Mr. Jones Watches and bought some quartz watches from them. And again, I'm the affordable luxury watch guy, so
I'm getting into that.
But I did win the MBNF lottery for a raffle for one of their Mad 2s. So that
you got a Mad 2. You won
coming.
the lottery?
It's coming. It's going to be again, I am a affordable luxury, so this is going to be the most expensive watch I have.
Beautiful.
We literally have a Sugess on my wrist right now. So.
Let's have a peeky poo.
Sorry, seagull. Sorry, my bad.
I am just starting to appreciate the Chinese watches.
Beautiful.
I am too. The seagull movement, I've heard good things about.
I mean, look at the anti-reflection, the AR coating and everything. I mean, for a
looks like a tag,
inexpensive watch, it's nice. And it's got Omega vibes, obviously, but it's fun.
Well, I'm wearing a Rolex at the time, but I'll tell you what, the watch that I wear most often these days is a Chinese thing called Engelmann, which is a Zin homage, and $280. And honestly, I own a Zin, and the homage is better than the original. It has.
I'm hearing a lot about how the Rolex super clones are really, really hurting them.
I draw the line there. There was an article about that in Hodinkee.
No, I'm just talking about, not that I want to buy one.
Yeah.
It's more that it's dissolving the value in overall Rolexes because it's hard to even authenticate.
So that article was just in either the Journal or the New York. I just read that article, I forget where, in the major press, and what it was pointing to was that box papers and provenance is more important than ever because of that.
Oh yeah, I mean they got the NFC chips in them now.
Do they?
There's something about that. There's something about the card now.
So the card does. Yeah, the card does. The card definitely does. I don't think the watch does.
No, not the watch. No, sorry. No, they're not NSA
should.
quite yet.
Yeah, they'll get there.
Maybe they will be.
But you know what? Like the only naked watch I have is a Pepsi, and but I mean I can just go get it serviced and get service papers on it.
My brother unknowingly he travels to Singapore and Taiwan and China a lot, and he went into the district and he bought me a green Submariner Rolex box, papers, the whole 9 yards, and he gave it to me I think he just gave it to me. It wasn't a birthday or anything. He just said, "Hey, I got this for you, and from Singapore," and I still have it. It's kind of like, I won't go near it. I'll never wear it.
Do you know what? I have a drawer full of.
I don't know really what to do with it.
Me too. It feels bad throwing them out, but I got 3 of them. A buddy gave me. He goes, "Here, have some fake Rolexes." They're in a drawer, and they're in my junk drawer.
I call them replicas, and then I give them to the people at my liquor store and my post office.
You can tip with that shit.
No. I'm just like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And I'm not going to sell it or anything. I'd like you to enjoy it, and they're happy with those.
Super chat.
The one I got is the bracelet is you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference. The buckle.
Super chat. We got a super chat here, guys. We got a super chat. Mr. GMT's Discount Seiko Shop, $3. Terry's Beagle sniffs vintage shitter from a mile away.
It is a cute dog. Sturdy Danny wants to know why dachshunds never shut the fuck up and constantly bark. So listen, I had a friend who trained dogs in Ken. She trained dogs in South Africa during like apartheid and bad times, right? And every one of those houses had a dachshund in the yard. And she told me the job of the dachshund was to wake up the Borbal. The Borbal is the mastiff, the 200-pounder that kills intruders. But it's hot, and those dogs are lazy, so they sleep until the dachshund wakes them up. So the dachshund is kind of almost bred as an early warning system to wake up the big dog. And that is why super chat.
Super duper chat. We got one here from Grandel K-Paw, $8. Mark, what do you think of Sin watches as a daily? Fantastic question.
Yeah, they're like the perfect daily. It's one of the last tool watches, and they're like the only thing is like they're getting expensive. They're like $2,000 for the 3-handers with day date, and they're getting up to like $4,000 and $5,000 for the chronographs and complicated ones. But they're fucking very rugged watches, and you can bang them up and not hurt them. So I think they're a great daily. What you got, Mikey?
Somebody called me out on the chat saying, I'm calling you out. Prove that you have that green watch in the box in the papers.
Yeah, we believe you.
And so
We know you do.
I'm just doing so.
Oh, you showed us the receipt not that long ago.
That was for the real deal.
What is this one?
This is that $69 Singapore
the
green
Singapore
Rolex that
special.
my brother bought me.
I
That
gotcha.
is living in a plastic bag, like in the back of my closet, just
Got
kind because I don't know what to do with it. I mean, just
Give it to the gardener.
and papers. Yeah, I mean, he thought he was doing something really nice for me because he knows I'm totally into watches, and now he's into watches. He's the one that I ended up with my.
I only once have ever bought a fake, and I did it in Thailand. I bought a fake James Cameron, and I did it because it was the right size and weight, and I just wanted to know before I spent 12 grand on that thing, could I carry it off? Could I make it work?
That works. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I loved mine.
a month later, I gave it away and bought the real deal, but it was very helpful to know that I was afraid of it. It worked.
Yeah, no, that's great to be able to kind of
So
give it a test drive.
I had a major achievement recently. So I was hanging out with my son, who's 27, and he's a bartender, and he told me that he wanted to wear a watch. And so I gave him a micro brand watch that I paid like $900 for. And he was wearing it the next day. And he said it made him feel good.
Yeah, it's $1,000 watch. Should.
Yeah. And like it's like assembled in Austin, Texas. It's a father and son group. It's called Dufresne, just
Listen, I heard of that. Something is fucking wrong with us. Something is wrong with us, and here's why. You buy $1,000 pair of shoes. They're fucking handmade. You buy $1,000 suit. It's fucking handmade. Or tailored for you anyway. You buy $1,000 book. It's a first edition of War and Peace. You buy $1,000 watch and we call it a piece of shit. What the fuck?
Again, this watch actually, assembled by this father and son team. One of the hands fell off. Cost me $10 to ship it back to him for him to fix it, and then bring it. It's a Soletta movement. It's a fine watch.
Ken, do you know who I blame for this snobbery?
Archie
Who do you blame?
The inventor of the word shitter.
By the way,
Shitter,
Archie, I
shitter,
remember I
it's a
told you I
shitter.
bought your book a while back, the Luxury book. I gave it to a guy on a cruise ship.
You didn't like this guy? You didn't like him?
I gave it to a watch guy on the cruise ship so he could pass it around. That's what I did.
I see. So Archie, you've been passed around. Archie, answer the super chat, please, and then we'll let Terry talk.
I'm just calling up. Just hang on there, guys. I'm just calling up a picture of my collection because that's what he's asking. He's asking me there. Randall Capo. Archie, what's your current collection? I'm going to bring it up. In a photo.
A photo we've never seen before.
Really, Jimmy? How much? Jimmy's going to super chat if I show that green watch properly.
I think you did, though. I saw the card kept falling over. That was pretty accurate to me.
No, but he wants. I think he wants me to pull it out of the box and dangle it.
$20. Michael go. Whole hog for $20.
$20. I'll hold it right in front of the camera, and you can. If you want different angles, you can say
$20.
so. Do whatever you want.
Well, Jimmy, you're halfway there. Convince somebody else to front the other 10, and then we got the whole 20.
I say $10 is worth it.
No. Mike, don't undermine me while I'm negotiating here, Mike.
All right.
See, what can happen is Jimmy gives 10, somebody else gives 5, somebody else gives 5, and we're there.
Okay. You're my.
Okay, guys. Here is the current collection. There we go. Look at that there. So what we got the Explorer 2, the Speedy, the Zenith El Primero, the PAM 47 mil monster, and one gold Breguet. This is the state of the collection. 5 identical Breguets.
Could
so
you
is the Breguet
please?
going to be the last one, no matter what? It has to.
Sorry?
Last watch standing.
The Breguet has got to be the one to keep forever, right? No matter what.
Actually, that'd probably be the next one to go because
It's expensive.
it
Yeah.
would allow me to live in China for 6 months.
I feel like the last two are the Rolly, the Polar Explorer, and the Man on the Moon.
Yeah, I'd say the last two would be the Rolly and the Speedy. That's it.
Come on, say the Speedy thing like you used to. Paint it like you paint your French girls. Say it.
Man on the fucking moon.
Here we go. For old time's sake.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I really do love the Zenith. But you know what, guys? That Pam, unsellable, 47 mil monster.
It is for a big boy. All right,
I
Terry
love
Bolton.
it, but I do love it. I must
Terry
say,
Bolton.
I do love it, but it is.
Terry Bolton.
It is.
Well, let's have a look. Hold on. Let's get you up. Let's get you up large and in person.
I wish I could get my money back on it, but hey.
Is that why we're
Hey.
not getting rid of it?
Well, that's
Is
one of the
China a
reasons.
green light?
Unsellable.
Well, how have you tried to sell it? Have you put it on, Facebook? And you didn't really
Look,
try.
it's actually, I love it. I love it. 2-hander, 3-day power reserve. I got that strap in Geneva. It's got a good history. I don't mind it.
You don't really want to sell it.
I don't really want to
Archie-
sell anything I got left there. I got to be honest with you. I'm happy I got rid of the other gold Breguet because that money has been put to very good use. And yeah. Yeah. that's
Archie,
the
so
way.
is China a green light for you? Is that where you're going?
He's been. He just got back.
Oh, I know. I just
Yeah.
didn't know if you ever picked it. I've been gone for a bit.
Where have you been, Ken?
I did a month-long trip across the Atlantic on a cruise ship, and then England and Scotland, and then
Nice.
Right on.
Took the QE2 over. Super chat.
no, I took a Royal Caribbean ship. It was fine. It was great. It was on its
Yeah.
Here
way.
he goes. Randall Kapoor. How much do you want for the Pam? Look, I tell you what, I'll sell it to you at cost. I bought it from a dealer friend. I paid 7 Aussie, but I also bought full box set, a new strap. I bought 2 straps from Panerai. I got the receipts for them. One's a brown rubber strap, and the other one is a leather blue. I love this strap. So I would sell it for 7,000 Aussie.
How much is that Merkin?
Echo, what is 7,000 Aussie in US dollars?
7,000 Australian.
$5,000.
5,011 US dollars.
5,011.
Yeah, 5,000. Yeah, 5,000. 5,000 bucks.
Don't forget the 11.
Don't forget that
Fuck
shipping.
the 11.
Don't forget
All
that
right,
shipping.
discount. Archie's offering a discount of $11.
All right, where were we? I think we have another one to look at here. Bear with. Let me find it.
A super chat from Jimmy. $5. Don't show it, Mike. Don't want to get the channel in trouble. All good. It was just okay. It was a great story. What was he going to show?
But listen, that means we're $5. All we need is another 15, and then Mike can do the deal. Jimmy was challenging Mike to properly show the box and papers on his replica.
The Canadian dollars, don't forget.
Well,
yes.
that's all right.
We
We'll
got
take it. We'll take it.
Randall Kapoor, $3. How much do you? Oh, we did that. How much for the Pam?
Yeah,
We said that.
Yeah.
7,000 Aussie. It's full set. It had a recent service.
And it has
I'd love
Archie
to-
DNA embedded impregnated into the lugs.
It's more than we want to know.
Yeah, I'd sell it. And then you know what I would sell next after that? Probably the Zenith.
Oh God, yes. The Hillbilly
Yeah.
Tourbillon. We have an offer. Well, we're getting closer. Show us the Rolly Mike. Well, we're holding out though. We're at 8 plus 5 is 13. We need $7 more, and then we're there. So we're almost there. We're just eight little dollars.
What's Terry showing there? That's
Yeah.
the Tudor.
Terry, what you got to say for yourself, Terry? Terry, unmute yourself and talk to us. Oh, dear God, all he wants to do is unmute. Now he won't do it. Super chat.
Super duper chat. MT85, $2. Terry, Please chew instead of shoveling it in.
I was afraid he was going to die on a potato live on air, and then we don't even know who to call.
Yes, good point. We don't even know.
No.
We got Doc BBW's on.
Doc.
How's it going, guys?
You're going to need a bigger Don.
That's what I thought. It's definitely wrong to show a fake watch on the show. That would be bad. I got no problem showing this because this is absolutely 100% real.
But
Why are
here's
you
the
showing a
thing.
fake watch?
But
Well, I don't know, man. Archie, what do? We now have the $20
Oh no.
for the showing of the replica. And I think as long as we say, look, we condemn this, we don't like this is a bad thing to do, but like,
No,
you know.
I think you can get in trouble for that stuff.
Yeah, let's not do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my livelihood.
Okay.
let's
Hold
not
on.
do it.
I
Sorry.
don't want to go there.
I got it. But like, we set these guys up, and now I feel bad. So,
Hey.
well, hold on. There's an answer. What about Mike? If you just take like, I don't know, text me a picture, and then I can say I've seen it, and I can verify, or we can. I don't know. Archie, figure a solution out. I don't know what to do now.
See, the thing to have done is to show it without saying that it's a replica. You can do that.
Oh well, then
Yeah.
Mike,
You've already,
Mike, put
you've
away
it
that.
out there.
Yeah, no, hold on.
point out
Mike, put
the
away
flaws.
the replica. Put away the replica, and pull out the not replica.
Can't you point out the flaws as examples of what?
No,
Oh,
we're
we don't want to
talking-
even. We don't even want to see it. We don't want to even see it. No,
Too
let's
late
just back
now.
up.
The
No, we don't want
result is
nothing.
all there.
All good. All good.
What I'm saying is, if you had just shown the watch without the description, without saying all that stuff,
Unfortunately,
fine.
Unfortunately, the cat's out of the bag because that was kind of the basis of the story. So
and Herman, I'm that right wing guy, so
I'd rather see Mike's
Chat
pocket
time.
watch again. Mike has a really nice pocket watch.
Yeah.
Terry, can you hear me, Terry?
is it really nice? I don't know if it's.
Nice.
Well,
I'll go find it.
unmute yourself,
Give me a
fucker.
moment. I'll be right back.
Fucker. You've been asking to talk all night. Now you won't talk.
The second time,
You
Mike
muted my fucking mic.
Yes, because you never shut your fucking mouth. But now it's your turn. Say something.
he's eating.
The important part is that Mike always gets the pocket watch. No, I really appreciate that. I mean, it's
Super chat.
important.
Here we go. It's in my desk.
Yeah.
Archie,
always near
super
you.
chat. Super chat.
That's
Super chat.
Okay. The one.
Super chat. Here we go. MT85, $5. Do not show it. They can dump your channel.
Wait,
Don't
no,
do
no.
that.
He's showing his pocket watch, right,
Yes.
Mike?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
These
It's
are
a
pocket
different.
watches.
And look,
this
it's
is-
not a swatch.
This is a West Clocks,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great.
and then this one,
White.
I can't tell whether it's
Quest Club.
it's kind of goldish. The dial is
Oh,
kind
that
of
looks
gold.
like Elgin or Illinois.
This one is a bit nicer, I believe.
Yeah, is it Illinois or Elgin?
Elgin. Yes.
Elgin. So Elgin, Illinois. Back when.
Listen, I'm talking to you right now live from Elgin, Illinois. That's where I am.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, that's the rail system. Back in the
Elgin,
day.
Illinois, for 100 years, for a full century, was the site of the largest watch manufacturing
Exactly.
plant in the entire world.
In the
Bigger than any
world!
Swiss watch.
And now there's two companies that take pocket watches and make them into wristwatches. There is Vortec, and I don't remember the other one.
We have multiple
and
requests.
a lot of
for-
private people do it as well.
I'm sure. And the funny thing is that in the first Jack Ryan series, the watch he was wearing was a Vortec, and there's no shock resistance at all. And this is an action movie. So the first time he punches someone, that watch stops working forever because there's no parts. So now he's got a Citizen or something, EcoDrive.
I really want to talk to Terry.
But Terry's eating right now.
That never stopped him before.
Well, he was
We never found anything that could shut him up, and now we know what it is. It's a potato.
could use some posters.
You could stick a cock in his mouth, and he'd still be. Oh, anyway. Super chat. Sorry, Terry. Super chat.
Super duper chat. Here we go. Super chat. Grand
Here it is. Here's my roll.
coupon,
Right
$3.
here. right here.
I
Here's a
paid to
Rolly.
see the Rolly. That's bullshit.
Look, you know
Rolly.
what? The problem is these are all rollies.
Well, no, this
Except-
one's China.
I know. But there's several.
Unfortunately, mistakes were made, and
Yes,
it's something that's out of our control to be able to
Christopher
come
Ward,
through with. So
My-
what we can do is offer a credit.
Orient.
That's true.
So-
ask a good point, Mike. You fuckers can ask a free question now. Those of you who donated,
Failed
'Cause
to update Garmin.
it's a my bad,
I want
guys.
you
And the
all
my
to know something.
the my.
The bezel
Why
is
does Terry
round
pick this
off
fucking
the
moment when I'm in the middle of a sentence?
We all know something.
Guys, you can have a credit. You can ask a question. The problem was I didn't remember the terms of service. So anyway, ask your free questions. Yes, Terry, what do you got to say for yourself?
Swallow.
He's pretty good at that.
32 chews.
He's not good at that.
Little piece fell out just now.
Terry. God, I love the play-by-play. Terry, can you hear me?
He seems happy.
The bezel and crown on my Tudor, just so you know, is real gold.
Great.
Yeah, it's just I think it's real gold, but I don't think it's solid. I think typically it's rolled.
I can hear you.
And come on, good. It's rolled gold. It's not solid gold. Okay, Randall Kapoor. Now this is his freebie. Would like to know, Mark, what's your favorite watch in your collection? And
He means non-shooter, probably.
yeah, I know, and that's what I'm going for the Hulk.
Ah, the Hulk.
Yeah, because
That's
you
your
know what?
favorite watch.
Well, when I go watch shopping, if I wear a gold watch, well, then they let me try on whatever I want. But if I wear the Hulk, I get the nod.
So your shirt is green, your background is green. Just so you know, I mean, you got a Hulk thing going
Got a
on.
thing going on.
Yes.
Now is
Yeah.
the whole green dial or black dial?
Green dial.
Tell me this:
green
if you had to
bezel.
face that owner about the air conditioner again, what watch would you wear?
Oh, the gold one. Actually, no. Fuck. If I wear the gold one, I think there's a
Take
couple
it
of
off
guys.
your wrist.
Yeah, a couple
So
guys
you
might,
what?
a couple guys might visit my
That's a
house.
nice
But
looking watch you
come
have.
back
There'd be
later,
a shame
yeah.
if something happened to it.
I love the way you tell that story. 30-year-old air conditioner. How long had you been in the building when he said
yeah,
you
for
wore
like
it out?
4 years, you wore it out. Yeah.
Funny
It's
thing,
like,
no
it's
one
like a
wants
doorknob. You turn it too many times.
because it costs like $900.
Just
Probably.
so you know, I'm eating vegetables.
Yeah,
Did you ever feel
potatoes-
scared dealing with the Mafia, Mark, or how did you feel about it?
No, I never. You know,
I met the Mafia.
no.
We're nice
I'm glad it
people
wasn't
as
my
long as
dog.
you don't fuck with us.
I literally met a guy named Mickey once.
See, the guys with my mom, that was like the proper mob. I think I was dealing with a friend of theirs, not a friend of ours, if you know what I mean.
I see.
So
I think my guys
Was
were
your mum
connected.
scared talking to them or not? Was your mum
No,
scared?
my mom was pretty ballsy. And she wasn't like challenging to them. She said, I have a problem, let me explain it. And
she probably
you
was
know,
kind of thinking old school mob as well.
well, they don't beat up women and children. And he told her,
Right.
he goes, we don't want to hurt a widow. Like, you know, because she had to listen, she had a building that was in the heavy industrial district. Actually,
Hey, I got a
literally,
story for you. It just
literally that building was on Frelinghuysen Avenue. And if you watch The Sopranos, a lot of things happen on Frelinghuysen Avenue because that's where the garbage stuff was. And they knew it. So the writers of that put that there. Anyway, she just said, look, I have a license to have chemicals in this building. I'm a chemical company, and I won't get that license anywhere else. I'll be out of business. I can't buy anywhere else. You know? And they said, you know what? We're very sorry, but well, don't worry about it. We got a guy on the other side.
What's the address of the building again? I'm going to call it up on Google.
Oh, you know what? She doesn't own it anymore, so I don't mind giving it to you. I have to do some. Let me let Terry back in. Somebody else is going to have to control him for me, and I need a minute to look back in my records. Give me a minute.
you keep on putting me backstage. You keep on blocking me. I won't send you any more fucking money. You
Oh,
got it?
please, dear God, don't send
Let
me
me
any more
explain
email.
something, okay? I'm
But
eating.
you're- But we were enjoying your vegetables so much.
This is angry Terry.
Terry, if you would be appropriate and comment at the right moments, it would be zero problems with you.
Talk about watches.
You should ask if he's listening.
He's not. We know this.
He's listening. He's eating vegetables.
All right. I'm going to put it in the private
I
chat
was
for you.
going to tell you an interesting story, and you blocked me.
Yes, because you talk.
You interrupting when Mark was in the middle of his fucking interesting story.
Okay,
Have a
and
bit of
I'm
respect.
sorry. I didn't know. I thought he was finished.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Archie, I put it in the private chat so you can look it up.
I see it.
Here we go. Randall Kappa, $3. Archie, you should let TGV in. He
Can I
doesn't
tell
even
my
want to
story
come on
now?
my stream.
Can I tell
Can you
my
not
story
hear
now?
Archie talking? Can you not hear Archie talking?
I don't
Who
think
is
he can hear.
TGV?
481,000.
I'm looking to see if any of the. Go ahead. Tell your fucking story, Terry. It's all you. Your turn. Go ahead.
Okay.
That's a
so
shitty building.
My mother just got a call from my brother.
Holy shit.
He's
Okay, here we go.
trapped
I'm
in a
bringing
pub
up
here in
the.
Arkansas. She
This
had
is
to
the
go pick
building.
him up, and he
Archie's
drove
interrupting.
the Ferrari today. Now
Just
he's
Archie
going to go
can't
get
hear him.
somebody to pick up the Ferrari in the morning.
Terry needs a set of headphones or a better speaker system because you literally can't. He cannot hear what's going on, and therefore the issue.
That's probably
You
true.
might have an acoustic neuroma.
This is Freddie
that
Mercury,
could be
by the
true.
way.
That could be true. Like is that where like it comes to you delayed?
It's the nerves in your ears, actually fuse.
Must be on Starlink.
Who is TGV?
Tristano. Rat number 2. Rat number
What are
1.
you doing to me,
Rat
Marky?
number 1. The original rat.
Doesn't
What are you doing
matter.
there, Arch?
Who?
Here we go. This is the building. That's it. Look at this.
So what is this?
This is the building that my mother used to
Hey,
own.
that's where I
Oh,
live.
nice.
And but I'm telling you, they have redone that entire street. It doesn't look
The
now.
truck service. That's
Yeah, it doesn't look
the
now
truck
what it looked
service
like.
place.
It doesn't look at all the same. It looks pretty clean here. But in those days, it was fucking scary.
Yeah, a lot more places scary now.
That place looks better than it did.
Well, I'm just saying that, yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of places that look pretty scary now that didn't used to. That's all I'm getting at. Sorry.
No worries.
Are you getting at California?
I'm in Oregon.
Oh, they do the same thing there if you're on
Yeah,
the
sure.
coast.
Oh, the coast is just meth, straight up. Meth and McDonald's.
Hey, it's voters. You get representation.
Terry, I don't know if you finished your story. Archie interrupted you.
A lot of people like Angry Terry.
I know.
Hang on. Look, okay, I've controlled myself. I'll be right back, okay? I'm going to join you by my phone because my new audio on my new laptop's not working right. So I'll be right
That
There
could
we
explain
go.
it.
It's
That's
the
it.
audio on his laptop.
That's
been
shocking.
the problem.
I mean, his audio almost always is working. What's going on?
This is Freddie Mercury, by the way. That's his name. My wife named him.
Your dog is Freddie Mercury?
No, the dog is Taz, Tasmanian Devil. It's my eldest dog. I'm watching them while they're on a cruise. It's up in Alaska. The cat is Freddie
I
Mercury.
love a cruise. I haven't been for about a year, but you know what though? Correct me if I'm wrong, okay, Ken?
Yeah.
Remember cruising before COVID and then cruising after COVID? It's fucking so much worse now.
So there's the funny part is that our first cruise is supposed to be our 30th wedding anniversary, and that ship was escorted in by the military because of COVID.
Oh boy.
And so
you didn't go.
we didn't get to cruise until after COVID.
So
But
you-
I heard room service used to be free.
It was free. The food was so much better. Food
Right.
on most cruise ships now, unless you get into like Oceania, like I'm talking about,
Yeah,
like
all
$10,000 a person.
Yeah.
Your standard highly commercial cruise, like $3-4 grand for a couple. The food is garbage now. It's so bad compared.
It's not quite
P&O.
restaurant
You're talking
quality.
like P&O, Princess.
Princess.
Royal
that-
Caribbean is okay.
Well, they
I've
don't
been-
do COVID anymore on those cruise ships. They do hantavirus.
Yeah, it's much better now.
No, that's
Yeah,
the expensive
they do.
cruise. That was an expensive Antarctic Explorer cruise.
I'm just saying, I remember Royal Caribbean where if you wanted 4 entrees and you would eat 4 entrees, they would give you 4 entrees.
Yes.
And they were good. The food was so much better.
I actually really enjoyed my last Royal Caribbean cruise, but my wife's been on Celebrity before, and she said that's much better.
Celebrity is reputed to be one of the only cruise lines, the mass market cruise lines, that still is close to what it was during COVID. It was a direct competitor to Princess, but Princess is no longer up there with Celebrity.
No, Princess is all rusty.
Yeah, and I remember when Princess was the shiz. So my next one is definitely going to be Celebrity.
But sometimes
Love Boat was Princess. Just a small side note there. Love Boat was Princess Cruises.
Yeah, but that ship was like obsoleted, like 50 years
there's
ago.
pictures of it being decommissioned and stuff. Yeah,
They're so much bigger now. Like that
But,
ship had no amenities.
I'll say Carnival can be fun sometimes.
Oh my
I mean,
God, I will never go back to Carnival.
If you know what you're getting yourself into.
It's like a frat house.
It's Soul Boat. It's like, like Soul Plane, the movie with Snoop Dogg. It's like that, but it's so fun.
I remember the last Carnival cruise I went on, my bar bill was bigger than my cabin bill. Like I spent more on booze, and this was before drink packages though. So
On my last cruise, it was like 16 days across the Atlantic. It was like a couple weeks ago. The bartenders, I just walk up and they didn't need my card.
They know your drink.
They would just pour my drink for me, and then they would pool the one tequila that I liked because they were somehow they had a good tequila, like it's called Magenta, and
Magenta.
Magenta.
Yeah, but in English.
Yes, American. Yes.
American.
But anyway, it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. Everything was great.
Now you weren't slamming. You weren't slamming that tequila. That's a sipping whiskey, right?
This is tequila.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a lot of tequila. That's a pretty healthy pour, my friend.
I'm a
But
professional.
it's a sipper. A good tequila is meant to be sipped. In Mexico, no Mexican of any sophistication slams a shot, does the lemon and the salt.
No.
That's the
This is
garbage
Fortaleza.
stuff.
This is Fortaleza Reposado.
That's the it's the aged. In fact, it
And
looks,
I literally purchased this at Harrods
Aged
and
in
brought it
oak.
all the way back from
Nice.
England to drink it right now.
very nice.
Wow.
Is
great
tequila and
story.
Coke a thing?
No, not
No,
good.
tequila and anything is not a thing unless it's
Correct.
shitty tequila.
Like, look, you could put cheap tequila in a margarita. I don't object to that. Okay. But I mean, particularly a margarita made out of fresh lime juice. But a proper, really nice tequila, it's like scotch. It would be like putting scotch in milk, like a 12-year-old scotch.
One of the
this is-
guys at Happy Hour always gets tequila and Coke.
That's disgusting. I
getting
wonder
rum and Coke.
what brand of tequila does he?
Suervo. Suervo?
Yeah,
I have
Cuervo.
no
You'd have
idea.
to-
Cuervo? Sauza?
You'd have to put that cheap shit in there.
Patron.
Cuervo
You remember
or
Paul
something.
Newman? Remember Paul Newman in The Sting? His business was selling fake scotch and
That's
fake.
not-
Remember that in The Sting? Paul
No, I
Newman in
don't.
The Sting?
I don't remember that in this thing. I've seen this thing. It's been a long time.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I
Yeah,
just
that
remember
was
the
his.
music.
But I remember
was
that
his-
they had to make in Mr. Roberts, the movie Mr. Roberts with not Paul Newman, Peter Fonda, no. Anyway, with Fonda, and they had to make whiskey to get the nurses excited, and so they used iodine and grain alcohol and stuff. All right, I'm old. Sorry. That was
Yeah,
old.
well, I'm right there with you, buddy. Look at these gray beards. We earned these beards, fellas. We earned them.
What's the iodine for?
So it was to give it that aged, smoky taste.
Ooh.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
right?
It sounds poisonous. Yeah, I get it. But again, this is the least of the poisons for a diabetic.
I went to the tequila region in Mexico and watched them cutting the agave. They get like a pina. They call it the pina. They cut off all the leaves. It's this big bushy cactus plant, and then they dig out the core. Yeah, and I think the first layer of it, because when they hollow that shit out, it has got liquid in it. They strain out the flies, and that stuff is pulque. And then if they refine it a little, correct me if I'm wrong, they make mezcal, and they refine it more.
No, mezcal is a different agave from a different location.
Okay, I've had both. Mezcal tastes a little stronger, but they're doing some
Mezcal's
interesting.
got that mesquite. You're drinking a barbecue.
Okay, and then from the pulque, then they can extract more and squeeze these things down, and then they refine them. And
There are 3 ways to make tequila. There's the shitty way, which is using chemicals, and that's like the really bad tequila, the Cuervos and all that. The other one is using like an autoclave to do like pressure, And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just mass production. And then just good old-fashioned brick ovens, and that's what this is from.
Like a
And
still.
this one, they actually make their own glass, and there's bubbles in the glass, and so you got to be really careful because it could break really easily.
Yeah, I love the glass and the bubbles and the bottles that are hand blown for that stuff.
Yeah.
You know. Member chat.
Member chap Zeppy. Member for 39 months. Wow.
Woo.
Arch got the AD call 228239 meteorite date white gold. Oh, there it is. There it tells his avatar. Look at that. He bought it.
Yeah,
He's
holy
bought
cow.
it.
You know, meteorite
Great
anything Rolex, super hard to get. Very hard.
A lot of money, but that would not be cheap. That's not a cheap watch.
What do we think, guys? Let's take a guess.
Price
I'm gonna
wise, you
say
mean? What do you think?
Yeah,
It's going to be more than
75.
platinum, so I'm thinking it's going to be 100.
Ooh. This is Price is
White
Right rules,
gold.
guys. Price is Right rules.
Well, because it's it's precious metal,
Terry, did we just see your butt?
and
Your
a
butt
platinum
cleavage?
is going to be.
No, it was my arm.
Okay.
Thank God.
All right, let's look that up, Archie. We got to go to Rolex and look up the 228239, and we need a price.
It's not what you think. It was my arm. Interesting.
Thank God.
All right, I'll Google it in case it's too
Not
much
there's anything wrong
I'll
with that.
Google it.
Okay. Well, it's a race to Google.
Perfect.
So why is it you don't believe me?
About what?
About everything.
52,750. I was on the money.
Yeah,
oh, in
you're-
yellow gold.
Yeah, 51.6 in white gold. White gold, 50 grand, 51.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not
You know-
terrible.
No, it's pretty good for what it is, I think. But can you imagine $5,000 in sales tax? 5 grand in sales tax.
I sent you and Mr. Chesterfield, a email.
Did you? Oh dear God, another one?
Yes.
All right, let's have a look. Watch, please! Exclamation point.
Nothing
And
comes
then
up.
there's nothing in there, Terry's. Did you mean to attach something?
He
'Cause
sent you a blank email.
He did.
No, there was something there.
It says this message
Oh,
has
maybe
no content.
MI5 deleted it, whatever it was that you sent.
Oh,
It says no. Yeah, that is.
oh
for-
damn. I thought I attached it to it.
Well, you forgot.
Sometimes MI5 will go in and take the images out.
It's that new laptop. I tell you, every time I try something to Gmail, damn thing doesn't work right. It's a Lenovo. It's supposed to be one of the best. I gave like 1,100 for it. It's supposed to be the best.
Blame IT.
You see, Zeppo's correcting you guys on the price. I mean, he would know since he bought the watch. He'd know what the retail price is.
What's he saying?
He's saying it's 61,300.
Oh, I'm guessing that includes. I don't know. I just Googled it. And that's what Google said, but I didn't actually go on their website.
It's possible
so-
you got a gray market price. Do you think it's gone down?
No,
I wouldn't imagine
no,
it would
it
go
wouldn't.
down.
It wouldn't go down. I believe him. He should know what he paid.
I have a question though. Honestly, I'm not quite familiar because really, in the next 3 years, if I buy another watch, I want a Patek or a Vacheron. But I have a question though. Honestly, in general, in reality, how many of the white gold presidents really exist since like 1979?
Well, they don't release sales figures, but I'm sure there's more yellow gold than white gold.
Right. Right, that's what I'm saying, because yellow gold would obviously be the more popular material over white gold.
I
or
really,
platinum.
honestly, I admire people who buy a full white gold Rolex for stealth wealth.
Yeah.
Because it'll wear like steel. It'll feel like gold. You won't attract as much unwanted attention. But I figure if you're spending that much money on a watch, you may as well scream.
May as well put it in everybody's face.
But can I tell you
Right,
something?
right.
Can I tell you something? I've actually owned vintage solid gold watches before. I had a Vulcain from 1945. It was solid 18 karat rose gold, and I had the Audemars. And can I tell you, they were very light. You couldn't even tell you were wearing a gold watch.
Well, they were small and thin,
Yeah.
Those vintage watches that are all solid gold, they're very nice, many of them, but they don't have like a whole lot of gold compared to like a Rolex.
Right, yeah. Well,
Congratulations,
I just
Zepper, for
understand the
that
precious
nice
metal
pickup.
part of it, the precious metals.
66,000.
Agreed.
So on the precious metals,
the bezel, I did find out the bezel and the crown on my Tudor I bought is real gold.
But the date just I had from '67, it was all steel. So it was almost every part of it was steel, no gold components, which is awkward because they did offer a solid gold bezel in '67 with the 1601 for I think it was an intricate price of an extra $150 or something. Yeah. But no. But I mean, I do miss that watch. I'm a liar. Don't say I don't. I do miss that watch. But but I do like the two.
MT85
I
has a
like
good
the
point
two,
here. I was watching this thing where people were like in London, they were using zip ties to like
Yeah.
close their watch down.
Yeah.
But they could just chop your hand off. There is that. Number one. Number two, actually, they don't usually open it here unless they're just telling you, give me. Apparently, if you twist them just right here, you break the spring bar, and then that watch will just come off the wrist.
So I was just in London, and we were in a fancy cab, well, not fancy cab, but one of the cabs, the black cabs.
You're my hometown, home city.
Yeah. And so this guy started honking because he saw this Asian couple taking pictures of each other, and this guy came up on a bicycle, e-bike, and he was going to steal their phone, and he honked and prevented that from happening. And the Asian couple had no idea what just happened. And I was Casio G-Shock, 10-year-old G-Shock the whole time I was there.
Yeah, apparently the preferred method of strong arm theft is stabbing in London. And in fact,
there's that one story where the guy got killed wearing a fake Patek Nautilus. But we were in, I forget what it was called, but where all the shops are that are in the underground, under the tunnels and everything, with just a lot of China stuff. And some woman the guy got arrested because he stole her phone, and she got her phone back.
I'm going to be frankly honest to most Americans that go to London these days. Do not go to the underground trains after midnight. No. Because
the buses are great.
Right. But do not go to the underground trains after midnight these days, because you will be mugged, you will be robbed, and they will likely kill you, because those is all the street gangs still in London that run ragged.
I just assume not be on the streets once it's
Here's
dark.
the thing too: the police are also involved. They, believe me, they're bought off, they're bribed, they're bought off. They don't say that they are, but they are. Trust me, they're involved somehow, especially when they run down the investigations of robbery.
By the way,
there's a lot of them, you wouldn't trust them with your iron fist there. That's just the way London police are.
So this was my first trip to UK as a UK citizen, by the way. So I just wanted to brag.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks. Yeah.
You gave up your citizenship? Is that what you're saying?
I have dual right now. But the cruise to the UK was greater because there were a lot less Caribbean type folks there. Let's say it that way. Like folks that kind of cruise the Caribbean and live on a cruise ship and then go back to Florida and then live on a cruise ship.
Can I tell you something? Okay, most Americans don't know this. Ambulance personnel, if you wear a nice watch in London, this is a true fact. They will steal your fucking watch.
Well, that's what happened in Italy to James Garofano.
James Gandolfini.
Gandolfini.
Tony.
Tony Soprano.
So does presidential?
But honestly,
no, he didn't actually wear presidential in reality. In reality, he wore a steel Submariner.
He had multiple watches. He was actually quite well off.
Well, I think
series
honestly,
had made him very wealthy.
I think honestly, Archie, though, the most popular watch who wore those to mob boss was the president, the yellow gold president.
In the show.
But that was
that's what Mark's saying.
Yeah.
And
but the watch that got stolen in Italy by the ambulance driver, as you say, Terry.
Yeah,
was
because they do the same exact thing in England, and people think that's just shit when you say that. Like the Americans go there and they think, "Oh, you're just lying." No, trust me, it does happen. They find a way to more or less incapacitate you, or
corruption?
if you've been knocked over by a car, whatever.
I think the British passport, Ken, would have been worth a lot more before Brexit because it would have just given you entry.
Totally. It was my only avenue. I totally agree with you. I'm Scottish, and so if they ever grow a pair and separate, then I will make my claims.
Freedom!
I mean, there was a guy I was talking to. This was 26 years ago when I still lived there, and he actually had his vintage solid gold Longines taken off his wrist by a fucking mugger in the middle of the night, and he come and hit him on the head with an old iron thing that was a metal tube. He fucking clubbed him on the head, and then next thing you know, when the ambulance did find him, they picked him up and they said, "Oh, well, you have a watch on your wrist." And the guy who took it was an asshole who worked for the the London ambulance force. He said, "I'm gonna take your watch." And finally he snapped out of it. He said, "No, you're not taking my watch, my grandfather's watch." He said, "I'm taking your watch. You shut up, I'll knock you out."
That's where
So
I wore
he
a
took his
10-year-old
watch.
G-Shock.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, you have to, because England has become the pinnacle point of robbery. I mean, I've seen it myself. You know, people, they have the bags stolen. You know, they have the shoes stolen, the jewelry. I mean, London has just become, you know, over the last 10 years, has become basically like New York. You know, they will take even Tudor. They'll take your Tudor watch. You know, I mean, they literally. It's almost like New York anymore, you know, out there. They will literally take anything you literally have. And Italy is no consequence to that, because the crime is up there.
Killer robots.
Streets of Milan, you know, streets of Milan. If you have a Prada handbag, they'll take your Prada handbag. They'll take your watch. Italy is an open carry country where they'll sell anybody a gun. And they literally, you know, it's just like with Paris these days. They will literally hold you up at robbery gunpoint. Paris was nice 30 years ago. It isn't anymore. Because the French police is just like the police in Rome. They literally are interconnected. And, you know, I mean, basically, I've heard stories before where, like, the French police are like the police in Rome. They will rape you, but then they will rob you. And the same thing was like a lot of the ambulance drivers. People don't believe this shit, but it's true.
No, I think people believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
we all see the fact that, you know, there are things to be careful about and to be intelligent about. And so the link I put in the group chat was one for this really old SNL ad called Old Glory Insurance. And it was about being scared of killer robots. In other words, you can always be scared of stuff. But if you just are intelligent and just do the right thing, and you know, the chances are you're going to be okay. That's all.
Well, you heard the stories. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people remember this. You heard the stories about about the late 80s of the former British Airways pilots. They used to steal shit from people, and they would steal shit from people. There was matter of fact, I've talked to a couple of people. There was an executive. He had a solid gold pen taken from him by a pilot, flew British BA. This one guy said he had his cufflink stolen one time. No shit, yeah, midair. You know, this was in the
airlines have a lost and found section that is mind-blowingly big.
So good.
Nobody comes and collects anything. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that a manager or somebody might pop, you know, yank a Rolex or something solid gold out of there, because nobody's coming. Nobody's ever going to claim it. You know,
well, that's where you just don't do it with an iPad, because they go to your house and then they find out that you stole an iPad. There was a thing with a cop recently. They stole someone's iPad.
Anything, you're right, because anything that deals with the computers and phones and all, they can always trace it. But though, it's sort of like though with jewelry, you know, pens, you know, personal accessories and all that, watches, they sure as hell never want to run a trace on that because they can't ever find it. And that brings me to an interesting story. You know, my dad's sister, she's lived in Florida for close to 40 years now. Okay, her third husband, this was her father's, this was his father's, this was his father's. He had an original, please let me finish, okay? It's interesting. GMT Master, okay?
GMT Master?
Yes, one of the original ones, okay? Yes, okay. Now listen, okay? He had this watch after his father passed. He gave, sort of like the Magnum PI story, okay?
Archie, are you listening?
So here's the thing, okay? So this was his dad's watch. It was the two-tone gold one with the black bezel and the black dial.
He's listening.
And right. So you get what I'm saying, okay? It was that
GMT Master?
Okay? Yes.
Wait, GMT Master or GMT Master 2?
GMT Master.
Fair.
The first edition.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair
From the
question,
60s.
Fair
So anyways, okay, So his father died and gave him this watch. Okay. Now, his father was a swinger back in the day. Okay, he had several, prostitutes. He used to do all that. Okay,
Wish I had a
Here's
father
the
like
thing.
that.
However, okay, no hooker ever took the watch. Okay, he would take the watch off, leave it on the dresser, whatever he was doing. So when his father was alive, no hooker would ever take the watch. That's how long it survived. I have a point to my story. Okay, I know you're holding your brain. Have a point. So, anyways, okay.
Let him finish.
So, okay. All of a sudden, about 8 years ago, they go out for dinner one night. This is the third man she's been married to over the last 40 years. Great man. I love him. He has his own business. Great guy. Okay. This is a watch. His father left to him. Okay. Now, they go out for dinner one night, late one night and all that. Okay. Go out, have a couple of drinks or everything else. Okay. Life in Miami. Okay. They come back, but they live in West Palm. Okay.
We're
They
going to
come
need
back.
the orchestra to play him off.
They broke
like at the
in.
Oscars.
Somebody broke in. He
Let
said
him
he knew who
finish.
took the watch. The watch was gone. So, but this is all original, not refinished or anything. Okay.
All right.
Today they even
Wait,
appraised the
Terry,
watch.
Terry, I'm really sorry, but I think most of us got lost. Can you start over?
Okay.
No.
So
Just start over.
my
I got
aunt,
lost at it being a yacht master.
No, it's not a yacht master. It's a GMT master.
Where have you been, Doc? It was a GMT master.
Okay.
Thought it was
So
a yacht master
he had
too.
the
But wait,
watch
who is he
stolen.
again? Who's the guy?
My aunt's third husband. Great guy.
That's
So
Very
your uncle.
your uncle 3 times removed.
Yes. So my aunt's third husband. Okay. I got to see the watch one time. I fell in love with it. Beautiful watch. Okay. Listen, it's all original.
We're
nothing refinished on it. Okay. It
Are
was
you
his
listening,
father's
Mark?
watch that he gave to
listening.
him when he passed. Okay.
Shh, let him finish.
Hang on. I'll make this short. Okay.
No, don't.
So about 8 years
It's a little
ago,
too-
Might be a little late for that.
Yeah, too late. You're gonna need
Somebody
You're gonna
broke
need a
in
longer story.
somebody broke in and stole the watch. Okay. So he said, I know perfectly well who probably took it. And he said, even though it was insured, insurance would not cover the stolen property.
Terry, can you go another 2.5 minutes because that will end the show? Can you do it?
So, anyways,
Pontiff's already gone to the
he
bathroom.
even talked to the
Let him
colonel.
finish.
He talked to the sergeant and the corporal at the police department, which he knew well. He said
Aren't you brushing his hair?
he said, Harry,
Looks
he said, who took the, why are you taking so long to get me the information I need for the insurance company? He said, it's not me. He said, this is just the way things work when it comes to stolen property.
That's
But
rude.
anyways, long story short, he said basically they
Again,
stole the watch and probably traded it for 10 oxy.
I am really fighting the urge to push the button on Terry right now.
I'll just do it.
because
let him finish.
he said he circled 10 different pawn shops in the area and couldn't find the watch.
Wait, but
Similar ones, but not the watch.
whose watch was this again?
It's
His
the yacht
father's
master.
No, GMT master.
GMT master.
Yeah, but whose was it?
His father's.
Dead dad.
Wait, whose father? Who's the guy that had the father? I thought it was an uncle.
My aunt's third husband.
But what happened to the second husband's watch?
They didn't have a watch.
What was this guy's name, the third husband?
Number
Tony.
3.
Sir Excelsior Fauntleroy.
Tony.
Archie, would you look at the time?
Hey, Archie, it's nice
Guys,
to see you.
thank
It's been
you
a long
so
time.
much. It's time to wrap this baby up. It's been a great show. We want to
Terry
thank
hasn't finished his story.
Jay Fearful,
Let him
Dennis
finish the story.
69, Black Cat, Chief Tit, Black Cat, Mike Hammer, Mr. GMT's Discount Seiko Shop, Grand Kapoor, Jimmy, Grand Kapoor, MT85, Grand Kapoor, MT85, Grand Kapoor, Zeppy. Guys, that's the show. Back tomorrow's my day off.
Oh, back.
Tomorrow.
Back
We get a
on
day.
tomorrow.
Day off.
All day.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, I got a
Sometime
question
later.
real quick.
Wait,
okay?
wait. Terry has a
See you
question.
later, guys.
Wait, Terry has a question.
Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury.
Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW.